Hi, welcome everybody to SR Broadcasting Pre-Race Countdown. Tonight we are here with Somo Racing League's TopCityTravel.com B Series at Iowa Speedway. Gonna be 145 laps here with stages at lap 40 and lap 90. Should be a pretty interesting race, pretty good race. Not a whole lot of guys out there still just yet. I am only seeing 15 drivers out on the field so far, so hopefully some more guys come on. I know over here we've been having some really wicked storms come through, so if anything happens and we disappear for a little while, we'll try to get back as quick as possible. I don't know, man. This weather's been crazy. But I'll be joined by Curtis up in the booth in a little bit as soon as Curtis gets settled in. But I'm going to go over a couple things real quick before we grab some drivers and kind of get trackside. This is race number 16 out of 35. These guys have been at it 16 races so far. Last week's winner at Michigan was Adam Baker, the driver of the number 48 Hot Wheels. He's got 3 wins so far in the series. He led 42 laps last week, and he took home the win. Next week, on Wednesday night, I don't have the date, but obviously next Wednesday they'll be at Chicagoland Speedway for 145 laps, so that should be a pretty good race too. Going over the points in the standings, we'll go over the top 10 real quick. Joe Mitchell is still in the lead. Joe Mitchell has been in the lead now for quite a while. He's got 3 wins. Shane Papala is in second. He's got 5 wins. Tom Clayton is in third, and he's got 1 win. Braden Johnson's in 4th. Braden's still looking for that first win. He's got a win in the Truck Series. He's got a win in the Cup Series, but he hasn't been able to get one here in the B Series. But he's sitting 4th in the points, so he's doing pretty good. Brian Neff sitting in 5th. Jay Felton is in 6th. Adam Baker moves 3 spots up to 7th. Len McNeese is in 8th. Lupa Gonzalez is sitting in 9th, and he has a win. And then rounding out your top 10 in the point standings is Ron Hollyfield, and he's sitting in 10th. Does not have a win yet, but he's been putting some speed on lately, so we'll see what he's got. Let's go down trackside and see what's going on down here. Get rid of that text. There we go. All right, we're here at Iowa Speedway. Let's take a look at the weather for tonight's race. 70 degrees and 81 degrees on the track, so not too bad. And shouldn't be that slick. Let's see who's out on the track. Let's ride around with, I was going to say ride around with Tom Clayton. Let's ride around with Braden. No, man, everybody's going in. We'll ride around with Stephen Bird in the number 26. Stephen Bird drive another food car. Great. I'm hungry as it is. And I got to be looking at Oreos. That's all I need. But we're going to try to get a word in with Stephen Bird too, because this is his second race back in about a year. He had some time off, and he's back now. He's shown 7th in warm-up right now. Let's take a look at the top 10. Shane Papala's up in the top spot. Adam Baker, Joe Mitchell, Tom Clayton, Braden Johnson, David Gameforth, Stephen Bird, Jeff Glockner, Jay Felton, and Larry Holloway. So we got some speed coming up out of the track here tonight. All right, let me see. Curtis is ready to go. Curtis, you got a copy, buddy?
I do.
All right, dude. How's it going?
Doing good.
How's the weather up by you, man?
Hot.
Yeah, it's hot here, but we I don't know, man. We've been getting some wicked storms rolling through.
Yeah, I'm in Canada. We have 4 seasons: winter, 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 spring maybe, or winter.
I hear you. I don't know how you guys do it, man. I was in Pennsylvania for 17 years. I got out of there, man, and I'm down here in Georgia now, and it's a little bit hot for me, but definitely a lot better than being out there for an hour trying to shovel your car out of the driveway. So I don't miss that at all.
I mean, you could have a comparison here. My province was a rainforest before they built cities.
Wow. All right, I'm going to get Stephen Bird up here. I want to see if I can get a word in with Stephen Bird. What happened? I missed him. Let me see if I could get a word in with Stephen. Stephen Bird. Oh, I got Stephen Bird and Tom Clayton. Nope, I grabbed 2 for 1. Hey, Stephen Bird, this is Paul and Curtis up in the pre-race countdown. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, sure do, Paul. What's up?
Hey, man. Listen, we just want to get a couple of words in with you. First of all, good to see you back. I know. I think last night you told me it's been about a year since you've been out on the track. You ran last night in the trucks, and now you're running here tonight in the B Series. How you feeling? How's things coming together for you?
Feels pretty good. A little more comfortable than I thought I'd be after so long out of the cars, But ran fairly decent last night, middle of the pack. Not too bad for not being in the car for a little over a year. A little worried about tonight. Cars are a little quicker, but after a few practice laps, everything setup's feeling good, track's feeling good. Starting to settle in. Feels like might be a good run.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. I was looking at your car, and I was like, man, another food car. I'm hungry, and I'm watching Oreos go around, dude. I ain't too happy about that.
Yeah, I know, right?
But, yeah, it's good to see you back out here, man. Look like you're doing pretty good. You're 7th right now in the standings. Let me ask you something, if you don't mind. How long you been iRacing? We've been asking a lot of drivers just to try to get to know them a little bit. How long you been on the iRacing sim?
It's probably been close to maybe right at 3 years now. But like I said, I was out of the car for right around a year. But it's been about 3 years total. Been about a year and a half in the car, something like that.
And you still do, or I know you did. You do some racing out where you live. Am I right?
Yeah. Used to. We've kind of sold everything, and I've kind of laid back now. Looking to get back into it. We're thinking about putting another car together.
Wow, that'd be good. Did you ever pick up that car that you sent me pictures of a while back, or did you let that one go?
I'll let that one go. There was a little more damage there once than just the body. There was some structure and some stuff that was questionable, and we just kind of passed on it.
Wow. All right, so now listen, you've been gone from Somo for about a year. Obviously, a lot of things stayed the same, but the couple of things that have changed is the stages, which tonight I believe are going to be 45 and 90, and then the 5-minute damage rule. Have you got to understand that, or how do you kind of feel about that?
I like it. It's the stages last night, first time I'd run a staged race. Really worked out really good for fuel and tires. Not served tires a little bit and played out real nice as far as keeping position. A little bit of damage early on. I like the 5-minute rule. There was a lot before with heavy damaged cars that couldn't keep up, and I was one of them a time or two, and I think it's just better that way. Help keep the race flowing along pretty good, and take the hazard cars out of the way.
Yeah, we tried doing a minimum speed, but we really didn't have a great way to monitor it and stay on top of it. But then Kurt Davidson figured out with sim racing apps, which is what we run. All of the stages and the damage rules and stuff by us all run through Sim Racing's apps. And Kurt Davidson figured out how to get it working with him. And I know Kurt Davidson right now is working on a minimum speed deal also to try to keep it that way. But I definitely agree from racing out there and having cars that really shouldn't be out on the track and having a program that actually runs it for you is definitely a saver for admins, and takes a lot of pressure off of the admins out there.
Yeah, because their hands are full.
Yeah.
With everything that goes on, and then having to try to monitor that on top of it, it just makes it impossible to call a race.
Well, listen, dude, I appreciate you taking some time out of your warm-up and coming to talk with us. We do wish you the best out here tonight, and we'll keep our eye open on you. Make me gonna have to get one of my kids to go get me some milk and cookies or something, man, because that Oreo car ain't doing it for me.
I know the feeling. That Oreo on the hood's killing me.
Yeah.
But I appreciate it. You guys, good luck, to all the drivers. Hope you guys have a great race to watch out there and put on a show.
All right, man. We'll catch up with you later on, and good luck, dude.
Thank you, Paul.
All right, that was Stephen Bird. Like I said, he hasn't been here in a while, so good to see him back out on the track. I had Tom Clayton, so I'm going to grab Tom Clayton back up here again. Tom Clayton, this is the pre-race countdown show. Do you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, sorry about grabbing you before. I didn't know. I guess I grabbed two for the price of one, but we were going to get you anyway. How's the car feeling out there so far for you?
Car feels pretty good. Track feels like it's got plenty of grip. So hopefully it's going to be a fun race tonight.
Yeah, you got yourself up in the fifth, running that Reds Camaro out there. So hopefully it does pretty good. You're sitting in a good spot in the points. You're still sitting in third. You have one win, so you're guaranteed into the chase. So I guess that frees you up to do a little bit more. I guess taking chances or maybe making a little bit of changes that you normally wouldn't with having pressure of trying to make the chase. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely doing better in this series than the A-Car series. So I don't know why, but I could feel these cars a little bit better. I'm missing something in that series, but yeah, these cars I seem to get along pretty well with, so it's a little bit more fun to drive these.
Well, hopefully you get a good race out here tonight. You get a good starting spot. I know it's really tough to pass out here. I know last night for the little bit of time that I ran with you all on the trucks before I wrecked, it was really tough to pass around here. So hopefully, it plays into your favor. Get yourself some stage points. Be nice to see you get out of here with another win and, take it away from another driver that's trying to get in.
Yeah, that's the goal this year. I'd like to get one more win, besides a plate track. So I can feel like I'm actually doing something in this series. So hopefully there's some time left. So I'd like to put one together here over the summer or something. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, listen, we'll let you get back down to the track. I know you got things to do down there and get a little more time in. We appreciate you talking with us. And good luck, man.
All right. Thank you.
All right. All right, that was Tom Clayton, driver of the number 66 Reds Camaro. Let's see who else we can get a word in with. Anybody you feel like we should grab there?
Could give Brian an interview. He is a short track guy.
Brian Neff?
Yeah, Brian Neff's a resident late model driver, so.
All right. You want to talk to him or you want me to?
We can do a hybrid.
All right. Let me find him. I know he's down here somewhere. Here he goes.
He's down in Speed Motors. I'll grab him.
All right.
Brian Neff, this is the pre-race countdown. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So, grabbed you up here. Had a couple questions for you. Given your short track background, how do you feel taking the Xfinity car to this track?
It's all right. It's not exactly up my alley. I like a flat, short track, but compared to what we normally run on, it's about as best I'm going to get,
Fair enough. It's a bit of a different track. You guys are running. Any goal you have planned for this race, or just kind of hang out?
Well, last night, I believe I was in 9th place, and I took 2 tires there on the last stop, and I got hit for speeding on pit road. So I'm just hoping to keep my cool and ride around near the front and maybe try and make a move at the end.
All right, Paul, you got any questions for him?
Yeah, you had a good race going last night till you got caught in the pits. Hopefully that doesn't happen tonight, but at least you kind of have an idea now, from last night's race. Looks like you don't have any time out there just yet, so have you got a chance to feel the car out on the track yet or not?
I ran some practice laps earlier in the day. I'm fixing to go out here and run a few laps before practice is over.
Well, I got to say, man, you're doing good out here. We know this isn't really your wheelhouse, but you're sitting 5th in the overall point standings, man. So definitely having a good season. Good to see you come out and take a chance in actually all 3 of the series here. We know it's not really, your liking to drive these kind of cars. But, man, you're doing pretty good. You got 5th place. You just keep it up, and you'll guarantee yourself into the chase on points. But I know you would like to get that win and be able to go in on a win.
Yeah, I'd sure like to get a win, but, man, the competition here, these guys got a lot of laps under their belt. And believe it or not, I'm actually having quite a bit of fun with it. Kind of nice to do something different, you know?
Yeah. I know tomorrow night they're having a fun race, super late models at USA night. That a little bit more to your liking?
What am I? I'm out of the loop on this. What's going on?
Yeah, tomorrow night's an off night at Somo, so the Cup Series isn't running tomorrow night. They're back next week at Sonoma on both for broadcasting, but they got a fun race up for super late models, I believe it is, at USA night, 125 laps. I'm going to get out there.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I might not sleep tonight.
So I'll tell you what, man, I think that's going to be good. So I don't know, man. But anyway, real quickly, how long you been on iRacing?
I believe 6 years.
Wow. So you're an old timer at this, man. And you just recently just built yourself a new PC. Been running pretty good for you?
Yeah, I'm really liking it. Finally got frame rates back where they need to be, and I'm able to run all the bells and whistles now without any problems. So quite a different game if you can get yourself a computer built.
Yeah, you did a good job. You built that yourself, am I right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, awesome, man. Well, good for you. Hey, were you down in Speed Motorsports with Ron and Jay?
Yeah, it was. They were eating pizza. I thought I heard some complaining, but I'm not sure. You know, I'm a northerner and they're from down south, so I sometimes I have trouble understanding what's going on.
Yeah, I needed a translator when we first moved down here. I used to ask my wife, "What'd they say?" But I'm catching on. But yeah, if you want,
It may have even been about me. I'm not quite. I thought they threw me out, but you pulled me up here to the broadcast, so I guess I got a seat down there still.
Yeah, all right. We'll put you back down there. Anybody you want to give a shout out to real quick before we let you go back to it?
Just you guys for putting on great shows, and all the guys for racing clean and the hard racing that goes on around here.
All right, man. Good luck to you, and maybe we'll catch up with you later on in the race.
All right, man. Peace.
All right. All right, that was Brian Neff, the Winn-Dixie number 60 Ford Mustang. And like I said, even Curtis said too, he's usually a short track guy. We met him actually when Somo had a winter series doing super late models on short tracks is how they actually came about to meet him. And the first season, I think he came and ran super late models with Somo, and then when the winter season was over and everything went back to the Xfinity and the Cup, it wasn't really his deal. Him and Ronald Henry also. But then the next winter series, they both came back, ran the winter series, and we kind of talked him and Ronald both to come out and do it. And I'll tell you what, they've been doing pretty good, Curtis.
Yeah, Brian Neff's been great so far this season. I've had the pleasure to race around him. He's a fast driver. He's competent. He doesn't hit you when he doesn't need to, and he's not afraid to give you the door if he needs to.
Yeah, you know, one thing I like about Somo, they don't really police, you know what I mean? Like intentional wrecking and stuff like that, I know they don't allow and they won't, accept. But they will let you race hard. And as long as you're racing clean and racing, if you're racing hard and you get into somebody, you get into somebody, you know what I mean? But just as long as it's not intentional, which I think is good because there's too many leagues out there that, if you race too hard, guys get their panties all in an uproar, and you know what I mean? It's just kind of takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, like my first race in Somo I think it was Gen 6 Phoenix, and there was a few times we went into the corner, both racing side by side, a little too hot, and we would get together, but we wouldn't do anything. We would just get back on track, get ourselves back in a rhythm, and keep going.
All right,
and that was great.
I think we're going to grab one more guy up here. I'm thinking about maybe the 101 of David Gainforth. I don't think we talked to him in quite a while.
Yeah, we haven't talked to him, in quite a while. A few broadcasts at least.
All right, David Gainforth, driver of the number 101. This is the pre-race countdown. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
All right, David, sorry to bother you while you're out there. I know you guys are getting ready to go to meeting pretty soon. Just want to find out, how's the car feeling for you out there on the track tonight?
It feels pretty good, actually, and you're not bothering me. It actually kind of startled me. I wasn't sure where you were coming from, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No, the car feels pretty good, actually. I'll be honest with you, I've never raced this track except for last night in the daytime. It's a totally different animal in the day than it is at night, that's for sure.
Yeah, I know. We've done a lot of races at night at this track with GAC, and I figured, an afternoon race might change things up just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It definitely shook things up for me last night, and it's hey, I enjoyed the variety, man. I'm always up for the challenge.
Well, right now you're sitting ninth in the warm-up standing, so it looks like it's pretty good. Any ideas of what you plan on tonight? Are you going to try to get up there and get some stage points, or are you just looking maybe to get a checker at the end?
Well, I've missed a few races, so I need all the stage points I can get, so I'm going to try my best to stay in the top 10 for the first 45 and 90 lap break there, and at the end, we'll see where I am, stacking up there. If I can get the win, I can. But hey, there's a lot of tough guys out here, and if I can get a top 10 at the end of the night, I'm pretty satisfied, actually, to be honest with you.
I know it's amazing when a top 10 is feels as good as a win with some of these dudes that are out there.
Oh yeah, and there's good, hard, clean racing. And last night I was racing the 24 car harder than I ever raced before for 15th place, like for 40 laps. And it was just good, clean fun. I really enjoyed myself.
Now, one more question for you, if you don't mind. How long you been iRacing?
I started iRacing probably, I'm guessing, 5 years ago. Before that, I had a league of my own. We did NASCAR sim racing. I don't know if you ever played that game. But when it sort of fizzled out, I got into iRacing. And yeah, I think it was about 5 or 6 years ago.
Wow.
I guess.
That's pretty good. Yeah, a lot of guys, like we were in NASCAR 2003 for a while. Then we went over to R Factor, the SCE mod that they had out there for a while. And then when that kind of started fizzling out, iRacing was up. I just was one that really didn't want to pay for iRacing. But eventually when I came over, I was like, man, I loved it and just kind of went all for it. So we try to get to know some of you drivers, see what kind of time you have here on iRacing, and let some of the people that are watching kind of see, there's a lot of emotion in this. There's a lot of dedication into this. You know what I mean? It's not just come out and, drive around the track. I mean, we put our hearts and souls into this, man, to try to get a win.
Oh, absolutely. Like, every night it's like you said, your emotions run high. At the end of the night, you got to remember you're out here to have fun. You're out here racing with your friends every night. But when you get wrecked or something, it's hard not to let the emotions get involved. But it is a good, clean fun. I've actually been doing racing online for I think 11 years now altogether. So I got a lot of laps around this silly game, wasting a lot of evenings. I guess
I know. I think about that all the Wednesdays and Thursday nights. But anyhow, man, we do appreciate you taking time with us. Before we let you get out here, anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I want to take a shout out to you, Paul, for doing all the hard work and doing the broadcasting thing. You do an awesome job in this league. I know it's not an easy job, and you got a lot of good people behind you. So I want to say thank you to you guys. I like my sponsor. I don't know if you guys noticed, my big ass fans. I happened to come across that logo, and I thought, well, that's pretty unique. I thought I'll just put them on my car, something different to stand out. So,
yeah, it looks pretty good.
I appreciate it, Paul. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you, man, and maybe we'll get caught up with you later on in the race. Have a good night.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
All right. All right, that was David Gainforth, driver of the number 101 big-ass Camaro. And I'll tell you what, pretty good talking to him. He's been around for a while. I've known David for quite some time now, Curtis.
Yeah, he's a driver I'm not all too familiar with, but he does have the skill to come out at all the tracks and be competitive.
Yeah. All right, we're going to jump out of the pre-race countdown, and we're going to head over trackside. So Hang tight with us, and we'll be right back, and we will be on the track. All right, we're back here live. We're getting ready to go to qualify shortly. About 35 seconds or so. Let's take a quick look. You're watching the TopCityTravel.com Iowa Speedway at Somo Racing League. This is the Top City Travel B Series. And looks like we have 20 drivers out here tonight. Going to be stages at laps 45 and lap 90. Curtis, over under on cautions. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking we're gonna have 4, including stages. I think we're gonna have 2 cautions outside of wrecks, and I think they're gonna be bigger than what we've usually seen.
Yeah, it's unfortunate with this track. If there is a caution, I mean, it is kind of rough.
Yeah, this isn't a track where aero is much of an issue, so the pack stays pretty stuck as long as no huge battles go on. But that's what I think it'll be. I think we'll see a couple long runs, and then near the end I think we'll have a shootout.
Let me see. Right now we're rolled to qualify. Let me see who the first driver out is. It looks like the first driver was Shane Papala, so let's take a ride around with Shane. Actually, let's jump inside Shane's car, and we'll take a ride around the track with him, get a feel for the track for anybody that hasn't been on this track. It's really bumpy. It's a very bumpy track. I know last night running the trucks at Iowa, I was running the low line, and there's a lot of bumps right down there.
Yeah, that's partly what I like about this track. It's not 100% smooth, so if you make a throttling mistake, it will push you up the track. But the whole track is racing surface. It's not one line dominant.
Yeah, we saw that last night. There was a bunch of different lanes, which was really nice. So Shane goes up to the top. Let's go around with the number 3 of Matthew Talbert. Braden Johnson just takes over the number 1 spot. Braden Johnson looking for that first win, too.
He came so close last week. He had one of the fastest cars on track, and just incident happened on track, and his car became undrivable.
Yeah, I thought he was going to have it last week for sure, because he didn't he even start on the pole last week, I believe, or no?
Yeah, he started on the pole, and I can't remember who was second. I think it was Travis Wall.
Yeah, Travis Wall. And there's a lot of fast drivers out here, man. It's let's see. We're riding around right now with Larry Holloway in the number 70. He just got bumped to 7th. He's having a pretty decent run. It's a couple of guys that probably won't qualify. I know a lot of guys like to stay in the back. I know Somo doesn't require them to qualify, so if they want to start in the back, they can. Luke, go ahead.
I've always been iffy about whether starting from the back is the best idea, especially at a track like this. With it being, it's not the widest track. If it was a track like, say, Daytona, Michigan, Pocono, I could justify it. But with all the cars in front of you and you being possibly the last 3 cars going through a wreck, be driving into hell.
Yeah, I mean, it really can play on you. But there are a lot of guys that do not like to qualify, and they'd rather start in the back. Let's see. Travis Wall kind of just cruising around the track, taking it easy. I'm not sure if he's going to put up a time or not. Being shown at 15th.
55.937.
Yeah. I think he's just looking to go from the back to the front. I know he likes to do that.
He's got a fast car. He's a talented driver. He's definitely one of the drivers that can go worst to first.
And look at right now, the 26 Stephen Bird taking a top 10 here, so not too bad. Joe Mitchell out there in 3rd. Shane Papala does take over that top spot one more time. Braden Johnson moves to 2nd. Joe Mitchell right now shown in 3rd. He wants to make a little bit of noise about that. We'll see if he's got anything.
That was a good exit out of 2. I think it was a little high to be able to get a 4.9, lower than a 4.93. Could possibly beat Johnson here, but I don't know if he exactly has it. .586.
Yeah, no, going to keep him in 3rd. And Travis Wall still just cruising around. I see Jeff Sharpen at number 73 out there now. Let's see what Jeff comes up with. Jeff's another driver's been. I'll tell you what, Jeff Sharp, Ron Hollyfield, Larry Holloway, Mike Grandy. I mean, these guys are still kind of new to Somo, and they've been really showing some muscle lately.
Definitely, the last few races we've been seeing the newer drivers coming in the top 5, racing with the veterans of the league, and it's definitely been great to see that the newcomers can keep themselves in with the field.
Yeah, I think once guys got a little bit comfortable around drivers, you know how it is when you come in somewhere new. You don't really want to step on any toes, but these guys are doing really good. Jeff Sharp moves up to 12th, so it's not too bad. And I believe that is going to be everybody. About 12 seconds left, and we'll roll the sucker over the grid. Should be stages at lap 45 and lap 90, so we'll keep an eye on who the stage winners are. 10 drivers do get stage points.
Are we running? Oh no, we're running 70% fuel, so I don't think they'll have. They might have enough to stage.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I think it's close to stage.
All right, starting on the pole, Shane Papala. He'll take the pole here tonight, so congratulations for Shane on the pole. Braden Johnson is going to be starting second. Starting third will be Joe Mitchell. Adam Baker is going to start fourth. Starting fifth is Tom Clayton. Lupa Gonzalez is going to roll off sixth. Seventh will be Brian Neff. Jeff Glockner is going to roll off 8th. 9th will be Larry Holloway. 10th is Stephen Bird. Curtis?
11th will have Len McNeese. 12th, Jeff Sharp. 13th, David Gainforth. 4th, Matthew Talbert. 15th, Jay DeBuke. 16th, Travis Wall. 17th, Jay Felton. 17th, Paul Cohen. 18th, Byron Rodney. And 19th, Ron Hollifeld.
I think we skip, but that's all right. Byron Rodney, 19. Ron Hollifield, 20th. That'll round out your field. 20 drivers out here tonight. We're just waiting right now for the pace car to get these guys rolling. But you are watching the TopCityTravel.com Iowa Speedway here at Somo Racing League. This is race number 16 of 35. So we had some drivers out here for quite a while fighting it out. Shane Papala right now, 5 wins so far in the series. And starting on the pole here tonight. Going to try to make it 6 if he can keep that car out of trouble.
He can keep it out of trouble. It'll definitely be the key. He's got a lot of talent around him and a lot of drivers who are looking to take any wins they can.
All right, we're just waiting on the pace car. I know last night, too, it was a long waiting for the pace car.
Pace car takes forever.
Yeah, I actually thought there might have been a problem with the server because it seemed like we were sitting there exceptionally long. But here we go.
I believe it will be 2 laps to green.
And Leader does have lane choice on the starts and the restarts. Leader can go anytime the pace car moves. SimRacingApps.com is running the 5-minute damage repair, and SimRacingsApp.com is also running the stages. So that's a big relief to a lot of the admins out on track, not having to worry about staying on top of that. They can just run it right through the Sim Racing's app. So it's definitely a big plus.
Oh, definitely taking any bit of stress off the admins, especially with there's no out of car admins for this league. They're all in car doing their own race, managing their own crews, and then they got to deal with any possible black flags that may need to be cleared, and it's a little bit stressful.
Yeah, that's why I use voice attack when I'm out on track doing admin, because at least I don't have to worry about where I'm looking or trying to reach for a button or something. I've been using voice attack a couple of years. I actually like it. I know there's other programs out there guys been talking about that do similar, but I got used to it. I like it. It hasn't let me down yet, so it's definitely a big help when you do admin stuff.
Voice attack is great. It would be amazing if I could figure out how to use it.
I will get with me, dude. I got a good profile and everything I can send your way and get you set up. I've been using it about 2.5 years, and I love it, man.
I'll grab it post-race because I got voice tech installed. Installed, and pace car will go in, I believe, this time. Yep.
And it looks like our leader is going to take the inside.
And Paula getting an excellent jump there. Johnson left a little bit out to dry. Mitchell looking at the inside of Johnson. And Baker hung out to dry on the high line looking for a passing way. And Mitchell getting stuck on the bottom.
So Mitchell in third, Baker to fourth, and Lupe Gonzalez right now up in fifth.
Now Lupe is definitely one of the more patient drivers in this group. He'll wait for drivers to make mistakes to take positions, and he'll be there for the end of the race if he so wishes.
And it looks like we got a whole bunch of cars back here. 44 Travis Wall right now in 14th, working underneath the 73 of Jeff Sharp.
Whole lot of different lines being run by any point of the track. They're trying to figure out exactly where the grip is and where their car wants to run.
If you look, Joe Mitchell down low. Adam Baker was trying to make a move on the outside. We'll see if that outside line is going to prevail. They almost go 3 wide.
Good on Lupe for backing it off. That could have been a bad exit right there.
And look at Tom Clayton. I believe that is. Yeah, Tom Clayton now going to pull up. Look at Adam Baker. Adam Baker does get a great run on the outside.
Outside line is definitely dominant right now. That bottom is slow at this point.
And here comes the 60 of Brian Neff, going to try and show his way through here.
He was looking through wide. He was ready to go, but he waited for Clayton to get the clear. Looks like Mitchell struggling early on, down to 7th at this point.
Yeah, and looked like he just got into the wall, too. A little bit of right side on there.
I think we got our fastest mover right now, Travis Wall, taking the 11th position away from Len McNeese.
And take a look at second place, Adam Baker right now, working on the back bumper of Shane Papala.
There's a reason he has.
Sorry, 60 of Brian Neff hard into the wall. Sorry about that, Curtis.
It's all right. That's gonna hurt Brian Neff the rest of the race.
Yeah, if there's no caution, it's going to be tough for him to get in and get that damage repaired. Adam Baker now to the inside of Papala. We'll see if he's got anything for him.
He's still at his door on the inside line. Papala gets stuck in the marbles on the high line, giving Baker a chance. Baker has the advantage at the line. High line advantage finally coming in, and Papala clears him going into one. Baker with a nice dive, holding close to Papala, forcing Papala to burn any form of tires he has there.
And you know who's loving this is Braden Johnson and Lupe Gonzalez, watching these guys fight it out up here.
Papala stuck up in the high line again. The advantage the high line gets in the runoff is amazing, but how high can you stay up there without getting the wall from the marbles?
Yeah, he's been pretty lucky right now. He's been able to keep it off the wall. I'm just surprised that Baker's able to stay down there as long as he has and not give up so much on tires. And looks like he may have the advantage coming out.
Clear, but he can't shut the door. Papala with another big run.
Man. He just cannot slide it up in front. And if he does, I bet you Papala's going to jump it right back down to the inside.
Baker got a little bit of the apron there. The next 5 cars behind, they're just riding, waiting to see if the leaders make a mistake.
Yeah, you look at Brady
with another attempt. Papala with another huge run. Looks like Baker's just going to fall in and follow. No, he's going to break to the bottom again, use that runoff and follow, get to the quarter, but he's not going to be quite there yet.
And Gonzalez now did a move on the inside. That puts Lupe Gonzalez up to third. Oh, Joe Mitchell.
In the wall.
Oh, man, that was a pretty hard hit.
Yeah, right side damage stemming over to the hood. That's going to be a lot of time lost.
Yeah, these guys are definitely going to want to be looking for a caution to try to get some of that stuff fixed.
Definitely Papala really using that high line still. Baker trying to stick to the low line. Lupe Gonzalez on the outside looking in, trying to find his way. Doesn't look like that damage is hurting Neff at all. He's still making competitive times, and he's still able to stick with the leaders.
Yeah, I think as long as it doesn't knock the toe out of it, it shouldn't make that much of a difference at a track like this. But look at right now, Lupa Gonzalez closing in on Adam Baker. So Shane Papala, Adam Baker, Lupa Gonzalez, and Braden Johnson.
Making great strides there, even with Tom Clayton behind him, the top 5 getting within a second of each other.
And look who's up in 6th, Travis Wall.
Wow. Started 15th, now he's up in 6th.
Yeah, he must know something underneath the hood of that car because he started, I think, almost dead last.
Yeah, he was pretty close at least. He was 15th out of 20 cars, 3/4 of the way through the field. And it looks like at this point, Baker might be sizing up Papala for a possible bump.
Let's jump in with 3rd place, Lupa Gonzalez. We'll take a couple laps around with him and watch the action from inside his car. You watching 2nd place, Adam Baker right there on the inside, and up on the outside is your leader, Shane Papala. We're inside with Lupa Gonzalez in 3rd.
There's so much grip up on that high side right now.
Let's jump up with Adam Baker, move up to 2nd place. And you see him, he tries to get it down on the inside, but he just cannot complete the pass.
I think to pass Papala at this point, it's going to be a bump and run.
A bump and run, or Papala is going to have to make a mistake. He's going to have to watch that mirror and make a mistake. Let's go back a little bit real quick. I see Jeff Sharp. Who's he with? I believe that's the 70 of Larry Holloway. Joe Mitchell back in 12th behind these guys.
After starting 3rd, Joe Mitchell I think he's looking for any form of grip he can get an advantage on. He's struggled early on through the race. He's got to find something.
Yeah, I believe some of these guys looking for that caution to get repair done. Because you see the 70, Larry Holloway has some right side damage. Joe Mitchell's got some right side damage. Jeff Sharp in 10th, looking good. Jeff Glockner sitting in 9th. David Gameforth in at 101 is sitting 8th. Brian Neff with some right side damage is in 7th. Braden Johnson back to 6th as
Gonzalez in 3rd.
And Travis Wall just gets around Braden Johnson. Travis Wall now.
Adam Baker takes the lead.
Ooh.
I think that's why we had that slow up. I think we had a near call with Papala and Baker possibly.
Yeah, it looks like Papala's got some right side damage on that front fender right now. Oh, again.
Give Baker a good shot on that pass, and Papala getting into the wall. Once again, right side damage being a key factor. Travis Wall sizing up Gonzalez to take away 3rd place.
Yeah, Travis Wall is on a mission right now.
We're not even halfway to the stage, and he's already top 3.
He started 16th, and he's already up here in 3rd place, man. So he's definitely got a car out here tonight if he can keep it alive. Shane Papala still trying to get to the back bumper of Adam Baker.
But it looks like Papala's got a little bit of a different approach than Baker. Baker was being a little more patient with Papala, where Papala's been feeding Baker the bumper at any point he's been getting.
Yeah, we're looking right now from the back of Adam Baker's bumper. We'll see if he's going to get any bumps from the 89. And you can see that right side damage on the 89.
Looks like Travis Wall starting to size up Papala.
So now if you're Adam Baker, you want to see those guys fight it out for a little bit, give you some breathing room.
Adam Baker needs to cool his tires down.
I'll tell you what, Adam Baker, for being on the inside all those laps, I'm really surprised his car's handling as well as it is.
Definitely, he's got one of the best handling cars on track, or so it looks.
And Tom Clayton right now in the number 66 in 4th. He's got the 36 of Johnson and the 53 of Gonzalez behind him. And those guys look like they were getting ready to attack.
Both are in a full attack mode to get their stage points, and we might be looking at a 3-wide situation here pretty soon.
Wow, look at Papala getting close to the 48.
Now here's where the battle's going to start. Papala's getting closer and closer by hundredths every lap. It's only going to be a matter of time before he bumps him.
Yeah, I mean, how long can you?
Travis Wall looking to the inside.
Wow.
Papala with a run on the bottom. Didn't get it. Baker got to the high side and got a run off. These three are so close together.
And if you look, the top 6 have really spread out pretty far.
Yeah, there's the top 6, and then I think the next battle going back is about half the track. Other than that, it's single field. Papala on the inside of Baker. Wall drafting him, looking for a way around Baker.
Oh, I thought there was going to be contact on that one.
That looked like it. Baker still defending the position. Papala staying on the bottom. Wall drafting with Baker, then switching over to Papala to get a run off the outside. Looking on the bottom, he's going to stick with Papala and back off.
And you're going to see probably Wall go by both of these drivers.
Definitely looking like a Papala starting to hold Baker up towards the wall to keep his throttle point back. Looks like Wall going to the inside of Baker, finally starting to make his move. Baker trying to keep Papala to the bottom. Baker getting real close to the wall there, but keeps it off the wall.
And here comes Clayton and Johnson into this picture right now. So with these guys up in the front battling it out like they are, man, they're just drawing these other 3. Oh, Clayton. Clayton almost into the back bumper of Travis Wall.
We had a lot of drivers looking at the exact same real estate right now, and that is first place.
And we're looking for lap 45. We're at lap 31. I'm going to guess and say the way these guys are running, it looks like they might be able to make it to the stage.
Yeah, at this point, I do believe they can do the full stage. Travis Wall looking to possibly look for any hole, even a 3-wide.
Oh no!
Contact between Papala and Wall.
Wow.
That's going to leave a lot of damage on Wall's car. He's going to lose a lot of position there, and Adam Baker's going to check out.
That was close, even with the guys behind them. They all got through that.
And it looks
Travis
like
Wall
getting a little bit loose in front of Johnson. Johnson gets to the high line, and Wall with a great save.
Wow. He's got lots of damage on that left front also.
That's definitely not helping with the situation of these cars being tight late in the run.
Lupe Gonzalez now going to take a look underneath the 44 Travis Wall. See if Travis Wall is going to fight him back.
Wall's going to fight him back. He's going to try to keep that top 5 position. With that damage, it's going to be a chore, especially against Lupe Gonzalez.
So let's go back to we'll go start from the front. Adam Baker up front right now, 13 laps led, coming to 14 laps led. Shane Papala in second. Tom Clayton right there in that 66 in third. Braden Johnson sitting fourth. Travis Wall now up to fifth. Lupe Gonzalez in sixth. Looks like he almost made some contact with the wall. Seventh place is the number 60 of Brian Neff. Eighth is the 101 of David Gainforth. Ninth is 73 of Jeff Sharp. And Joe Mitchell in the 18, rounding out your top 10.
Looks like a lot of these drivers that were struggling, it looks like they've found their lines and figured out exactly where they want to run.
Let's go back to the 3 of Matthew Talbert because he is getting ready to be eaten up by the leaders. Adam Baker, Shane Papala, and Tom Clayton closing in on him slowly.
Like Papala's still not ready to give up his fight with Baker. Clayton looking to get in the battle for second place, possibly giving Baker a little bit of a breathing room. Talbert, they're going to catch Talbert into turn 1. Talbert's going to take the high line, smart move.
Yeah, it looks like he'll do a good job keeping it up there. It's going to let Adam Baker get a little bit of a run away from Shane. I'll tell you what, it's good to see Tom Clayton having a good run here. I know he's had some bad luck the last couple of races, even in the Cup Series on Thursday night. So I know he definitely needs something to push him forward.
Yeah, he had some bad luck the last few races, but it looks like he's got this track dialed in and ready to go.
All right, we're going to jump in again with Shane Papala right now, your second place car. You can see that damage right there on the right front fender. That's your leader, Adam Baker, right in front of him. We'll jump back one to Tom Clayton in third. And we have 5 more laps till we get to the stage 1 here.
5 laps to stage, and this race has been unreal so far.
Yeah, these guys really pouring it on, man.
The whole stage has been filled with battles all through the field, and it looks like it's the last 5 laps of the race.
And Papala taking a look on the inside. And he's going to tuck it back in behind Baker, but I'll tell you what, he is looking.
Well, is he going to go for the bump? No, he backs it off just a little bit. I think if I was Papala at this point, I would be cutting my losses, stick in the draft, and hold second.
Hold second, wait for that caution to come out and get some damage repair.
Yeah. The stage win would be great, but just the risk he's putting on his car right now, and there's no fast repairs.
Yeah, and right now he's got 5 wins, so, I mean, it's not like another win is going to help him out any in the chase. The stage points will help him out a little bit, so I can understand that, but, you know, I'd be more concerned with keeping that car alive as he takes that look down low.
He's finally starting to keep the gains he's making, but Clayton's also looking for a position to get past both of them. Like Papala sizing up Baker again.
Are we going to go 3 wide?
We're going 3 wide into turn 1.
Wow.
Johnson backs it out just a little bit. Clayton sends it in on the bottom, and Papala's able to defend his position.
And we should be coming to the stage this time by. Looks like
sending it in on the bottom. Does he get to keep the position? Yes. Baker backs it off.
Oh, contact! Oh, contact!
Baker spins along with Clayton.
Oh man, that was not good. Doesn't look like a lot of damage done to Clayton. Let's go back real quick and just take a look.
Looks like neither driver caught the wall, so that's good.
A little bit of contact, not much. Able to, yeah, Clayton a tiny bit into the wall. And that is going to be your stage.
What a battle.
That looks like the simracingapps.com stage results are going to be Shane Papala, Braden Johnson, Travis Wall, Lupa Gonzalez, Brian Neff, David Gameforth, Jeff Sharp, Joe Mitchell, Tom Clayton, and Larry Holloway rounding out your top 10. So Shane able to get that first stage.
Yeah, we were just talking about cutting his losses, and he won the stage.
I'll tell you what, Adam Baker and Tom Clayton are teammates, so there is no team orders here.
Yeah, Baker tried to give a little bit of room and not get a wreck after the contact, but Tom Clayton was definitely there, and they didn't exactly know where they were, so it's good to see.
All right, we got the pit lane timer up. We'll see if any of these guys sit a little bit longer to try to get some damage repaired or come back in a second time.
I think if I'm Papala, I would be going as much time as I can get on that damage.
Yeah, we're watching. We're watching right now. He's got left sides going on. And no, he's going to make it a 14-9 stop.
Still confident with that car. He did just win the stage, so maybe he knows something about the car that we're just not seeing.
And it looks like Joe Mitchell's staying to get a bunch of repaired also. Tom Clayton staying to get some repairs. Jeff Glockner, 29 seconds. So we definitely had some guys come and get their cars repaired. So not really bad at all.
Yeah, I was expecting Brian Neff to get a little bit done, but even he stayed out. So maybe the right side isn't tightening it up as much as I thought.
All right, let's. I don't know if we got time. We'll let this caution go by. I'm not really sure how much time we have for a interview.
I think we have 2 more laps. Wait. No, we don't.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure. Right now, it's showing.
I think they'll go double file this time.
I don't see Byron Rodney, Paul Cohen, Jay Felton, or Jay Dubuque out on the track.
Yeah, Jay Dubuque manually disconnected, and it looked like Byron Rodney disconnected, and Jay Felton had a throughput.
Poor Jay. He's been having so many issues lately with that.
Yeah, it was just like last week he was talking about. He made it through the whole race, but it looks like this week not gonna be so.
Yeah, remember he said, I just want to make it through lap 10. And he ended up doing the whole race, which was really good for him. But, man, I hope he gets that fixed. I know that's a pretty awful feeling to keep getting thrown out of the server.
Yeah, it's almost like what was happening to you a couple months back.
Yeah. I don't know what it was, man. I had nothing but troubles. I mean, part of it I know was charter. I got rid of charter, so that definitely helped. But it's definitely not fun trying to race, get on, and have to keep on getting in and getting out.
Definitely. Your internet connection was definitely not what it said it was.
No. It's supposed to be 465 down and 22 up. It wasn't even close after 8 o'clock at night. Anyhow, we got 48 laps completed. We're under caution number 1. It was supposed to be for the stage, but I think it kind of came out at the same time as Adam Baker and Tom Clayton made contact. We've only had 4 lead changes, which is surprising with all the racing that's been going on.
Yeah, I think it's because I think the lead changes count when you get to the line.
Yeah, it won't really officially count them until they get across, because you even see guys get burned trying to get a point for leading a lap, and they don't get around there to finish line before time and come back into the pits, so they actually lose all those positions and still never get that bonus point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're at more like 16 at this point.
All right, lights are out. Looks like Papala's going to take the outside, Braden Johnson on the inside. I know Braden Johnson in the number 36 right there looking for that first win. He's got wins in the Truck Series and wins in the Cup Series, but nothing here in the B Series, and I know that's bothering him. So well, hopefully he can do something here tonight, but, man, the competition is heavy.
And in third, Travis Wall. He's looking back to get into the fight, too. And Papala's gonna fire it up. Johnson getting a considerably better start than he had last run. He's gonna stick with Wall on the low side all the way in, and Papala's gonna be a little bit out.
They see Travis Wall right there in third, trying to push him, push Braden Johnson up there. It looked like they had a little bit slower of a start than Papala just had. And look at the 101 of David Gainforth and the 60 of Brian Neff, 5th and 6th right now. I see Adam Baker taking a look to the inside.
Oh, Neff with a little bit of a bump on Gainforth. Field's starting to get a little bit hungry.
And Travis Wall closing in to the bumper of Braden Johnson. Right now, Adam Baker underneath Len McNeese. He's going to lose a spot at the moment. Ron Hollyfield in a number 7 looking to the outside of the 48.
Hollefeld sizing up Baker on the high side. Baker dives it in deep on the low side. Matches it up with McNeese. Is he going to be able to overtake McNeese? No.
And Travis Wall trying really hard right now to get down on the low side of Braden Johnson. Wasn't able to do it that time. We'll see if he's got anything right now.
Like he's sizing up the run. He's making a little bit of time every corner. So it looks like he's starting to get there now. And it looks like they're still making time on Papala, so they're not battling that hard. Papala fastest car on track by just about a tenth on the rest of the field.
Yeah, 22.985. Lupa Gonzalez. Oh, I'm sorry, not a 23.085. My bad. I was looking the wrong column.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
It looks like the 73 and the 48 were side by side. Adam Baker's going to have that run off. Adam Baker sitting in 7th. Jeff Sharpen at 73 in 8th.
Baker making up considerable time, considering a couple laps ago he was just looking in 12th, and now he's up in 8th. Now he's looking to size up Brian Neff. Like, top 3 are still single file. Travis Wall still looking for a way to get position on Braden Johnson, but the high line is working.
Yeah, he gets there. He just can't complete the pass. I bet he's just hoping put a little bit of pressure on Braden and have him make a mistake here.
Yeah, with running the bottom line, it's either you pressure him to make a mistake or you clear him and give him a quick slide job. Other than that, you got nowhere to go. But it looks like Wall may have a chance at this point with Papala being caught. Braden Johnson getting into Papala's draft and riding past again.
Yeah, able to come back out on that high line. And they get really close there. Looks like
Wall almost clears Johnson.
Yeah, it looked like Johnson was trying to keep him pinned down there, but couldn't really keep him down low enough.
No, it's looking like Wall's starting to move up about half a car length each lap, forcing Johnson ever so close to the wall and not allowing him any rhythm. And Wall's able to complete the pass and throws a quick slide job on Johnson.
And look at Johnson right to the back bumper.
Like, the top 3, with all the battling they've been doing, they've been able to check away from the field. But 4th through 9th, they're all in a severe fight right now.
And Travis Wall taking a look for the lead.
A drag race down the backstretch, even driving in. Papala going up high near the wall. And Travis staying down low, and Papala able to keep the run off. I think Travis got to go back to the drawing board as they almost make contact there.
Yeah.
Because that Larson line near the wall is definitely looking dominant.
And Papala's able to keep it out front right now.
Considerable amount of damage to the right front, and he's holding it. There's nothing.
And Travis has that left side damage a lot more than the right. So it's definitely not killing their cars. I guess Arrow's not going to be all that much here tonight.
Travis looks to the inside. Not going to quite get there yet. That time by Wall faster by 0.013 seconds. Oh, and Wall gets a piece of the wall.
Wall on the wall.
It's a tough one to say.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, man, that car is looking a little bit beat up, but he's still got that thing running pretty quick.
But definitely looks like Stephen Bird back in 14th, looking to size up Len McNeese.
Yeah, good to see Stephen Bird back out here. He had some time off, and we seen him last night in the truck race here at Iowa. So good to see him out here tonight.
It looks like he's holding it off a little bit, but it looks like he's still competitive around the guys he is driving around.
Yeah, I think because he knows Len from racing with Len, so I think he's a little bit more comfortable.
Bird getting a piece of the wall.
Oh.
Getting some right side damage. Mitchell looking to size up McNeese, but it looks like Mitchell's going to back off after close contact with McNeese.
And Travis Wall right now side by side again. Looking down on the low lane. Way down to the bottom.
Way down low, and where's Johnson looking? It looks like he's going to stay with Papala on the high line. Looks like Wall's able to just about clear him, but he couldn't pull the slide job off yet. And Wall's gonna get another huge run. Wall's gonna try to block Johnson. Johnson's gonna be there.
And Lupa Gonzalez in that picture now. He's got the cleanest, well, him and Johnson have the cleanest cars out of it right now, so we'll see what they can do. And look at the different lines going through. Like everybody's in a different line.
We got like 4 different lines running and 5 different variants of each line. It's going to be interesting, but it looks like Papala's line seems to be the best handling line right now. But I'm wondering, as the marbles start to get kicked up there, is he going to be able to keep to that line?
And looking back here in 5th place is David Gainforth in the 101. He's got Adam Baker, Ryan Neff, Tom Clayton all up in that race right here. And that is 5th through 8th.
Battles all over the track. Baker trying to make his way back into the top 5 to regain a battle for the lead. Like Neff's trying to make up some time as well, sticking to that higher line, and they're going to start to catch up Travis Wall.
Yeah, Travis Wall just got shuffled back to 4th. Braden Johnson went up to 2nd. Lupa Gonzalez went up to 3rd. I'm not really sure what happened to Wall, if he had some more contact or maybe the car started to get away on him, but he definitely dropped back a little bit. If you look at the time he went by, 25.7.
Yeah, it looks like coming out of 2, he gave the wall a little bit of a slap and started to arc into the wall, but he made a save.
Well, you heard him when we talked to him, what was it, last week? He likes to come out. He's either going to win or wreck.
He's a checkers or wreckers kind of driver, and he's showing it. Going from 15th, I think he started 16th.
Yeah, 16th tonight.
He was just in 2nd with a considerable amount of damage, so he's still got a good car. Taking lap 73. We got 17 laps to go till the end of the 2nd stage.
And look at teammates side by side, Adam Baker and Tom Clayton.
Baker and Clayton. Clayton taking that extreme high line. Baker taking it right down to the bottom to get to Neff. It looks like Clayton's going to get a good run on the high line. That high line we've been seeing the whole race.
Yeah, it looked like Clayton really had a good runoff, but the 60 was there, and it looked like Clayton backed off a little bit to stay off of the 60.
Like Neff's having a little bit of issues. He's been sticking on that high line and driving on the edge this whole run, and it looks like the bottom line's starting to catch him.
Clayton now trying to get to the bumper of his teammate, going to slide it up a little bit.
Like battle of the top 3, still the same look. Papala, Johnson, and Gonzalez 1, 2, 3.
And it looks
Wall
like
driving it back into 4th.
It looks like Clayton now trying to get by the 60. Looks like he'll complete that pass. So Clayton and Adam Baker do move up a spot. Baker will go to 6th. Clayton will go to 7th. Neff will go to 8th. David Gainforth in the 101 still running 5th. And then let's go back up to Braden Johnson up here in 2nd.
That tandem draft has really been helping Baker and Clayton.
Yeah, they've been working pretty good together. Right now, if you look, Braden Johnson started 2nd. He is still sitting 2nd. Shane Papala did start on the pole. He's up in the front. Johnson wants to get a win here bad.
He's showing he wants it, but it looks like Papala wants it just a little bit more to get win number 6 in the bag. Papala changing his lineup a little bit, took a lower line through 1 and 2, sticking to that higher line in 3 and 4. Johnson mimicking it, driving it off the bottom, see if we can get a little bit of a run. That is not going to work.
And watch everybody come by the start-finish line. I'll tell you what, these guys are definitely fighting it out. They're a little bit spread out at some parts, but we got racing all through the field.
Yeah, we're all spread out, but even back to 12th, we got Mitchell and Hollefeld battle for 13th as Glockner and Bird. All over the place there's battles, and there's no shortage of excitement.
And Len McNeese with some heavy right side damage.
Looks like right now Joe Mitchell is the worst damage on track. Having his hood pulled up just a little bit.
Yeah, I wonder if he knocked the toe out of that car because even with that damage, it should be running a little bit better than what it is.
It definitely looks like he knocked the toe.
Let's go back
Johnson
up.
Finally looking to the bottom line of Papala. If something's gonna work, but it looks like the high line's still gonna work.
Oh.
Papala getting slowed down.
And Johnson really throws it in there to take the lead. Let's see if he can hang on to that lead across the line.
8 laps to stage. Papala ready to give anything to take that lead again.
Yeah, he'd love to get both stages here tonight and the win. I know the 36 Braden Johnson looking for that first win here in the B Series.
It looks like Papala is ready for nothing less than Harvick.
And Johnson pulling away.
Like that's all Johnson needed was some clean air to finally get himself some power into that car. Papala sticking to that higher line, but it's not working as well as it once was.
No, I think the tires are starting to catch up to him, and that damage may be slowing him down just a bit. Because if you look at Braden Johnson's car, I mean, Braden Johnson's got a really clean car right now, and that's definitely got to help him just a little bit more.
He's got a little ding to his right side bumper, but it looks like the car is running completely fine. His tires still have toe and everything, and Papala dives it in deep. He's not going to get there yet. He's going to get close to his bumper, but Johnson's going to get a good run off.
Travis Wall still sitting in fourth. Lupe Gonzalez back here in third. Tom Clayton now up to fifth. Adam Baker in sixth. David Gainforth moves back 2 spots to seventh. Brian Neff eighth. Jeff Sharp ninth. Larry Holloway rounding out your top 10.
Having a lot of drivers I didn't expect to see in the positions they are. Some drivers I was figuring were going to be top 3 drivers are struggling, and drivers who I didn't exactly see that they're running top 10 easily.
Yeah, look at Braden Johnson, man. Got about 4/10 over Shane Papala right now. If he gets this stage win, he's going to have to get himself a nice, clean stop to get him back out front. Looks like he definitely has a car to get it done if he can keep it together during that pit stop.
3 laps to go. Papala gets the wall again. It looks like Gonzalez looking to the inside line. He's going to try to take that position away. Will the high line prevail? Yes, it will.
Yeah, Papala, I wonder if this time by, since it'll be, this pit stop, since it'll be the end of the stages, will he sit a little bit longer and try to get some of that damage repaired?
This stop's going to be the money stop. Might be closer on fuel with it being a 55-lap run. I think they've still got the fuel for it, though. Like Bird starting to size up Glockner, make a last late stage pass. Take 13th away. Like we got Neff and Gainforth. That's what the closest battle we have.
And that is your stage.
Your winner, Braden Johnson.
All right, your Sim Racing App stage number 2. Braden Johnson, your winner. Shane Papala, second. Lupe Gonzalez will take third. Travis Wall, fourth. Tom Clayton, fifth. Adam Baker, sixth. David Gainforth, seventh. Brian Neff, eighth. Jeff Sharp, ninth. And Larry Holloway rounding out your top 10 on the stages. So Braden Johnson looking pretty good so far. Not really going to count on it just yet, but he's definitely off to a good start. Got that car nice and clean. If he can keep that car in one piece and get in and out of the pits, I might be able to get his first win here tonight.
He's so close to this win. He's got 55 laps to go. Sorry, math. 55 laps to go. A hungry Shane Papala behind him, and a lot of drivers that are really looking forward to their first win.
All right, everybody's coming down pit road here. Let's see if anybody stays out, and we'll keep the timer up and see if anybody going to sit and get that damage done. I can't imagine that you wouldn't do some kind of damage, especially with Papala hitting the wall again. It's kind of hard because you don't really want to lose all those spots, but I believe they're going to have to make one more stop anyway before the checkers, so this might be the time to do it.
The closer it gets, the less time Papala has. I think he should get his damage done now so he doesn't knock the toe out of that car, because once you knock the toe out, as we're seeing with McNeese, the car just starts to fall. Like, Braden Johnson will win the race off pit road.
Yeah, and not able to, yeah, Shane not able to get a lot of repairs done here.
Papala taking second place over damage. Really hoping that pays off. I'm not sure. He's getting tighter and tighter as the run goes.
And you can see the track starting to darken up a little bit too.
The bottom line staying relatively clean, but that top line is showing just a sheet of black.
All right, I think quickly let's try and get a word in with Braden Johnson. If we can find him.
There he is. I'll move.
All right, Braden Johnson, you got SR Broadcasting up here. You got a copy.
10-4.
Hey, congratulations on that stage win there, man. Car's looking pretty good out there. How you feeling right about now?
Pretty good. They're getting pretty dicey up there in front of me. I was just trying to stay clean until the end. The last stage is the one that matters to me. Yet to win here.
Yeah, we know you're looking for that win. You're off to a good start. We were waiting to see how you did in the pits. You did real good. You got to get back out up in the front, clean air. Hopefully this will work out for you, man. We don't want to jinx you anything, but it looks like you guys are putting on a really good run here.
Yeah, thanks. And I can't wait to go back and watch that broadcast. And shout out to Top City Travel and Coffee Glittermom for putting on these races.
Yeah, man. All right, dude, we're going to let you get back to it. Congratulations on that stage win, and we'll see if you can grab the checkers here tonight and make it all 3 series.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Good luck to you. All right, that was Braden Johnson. Right now, your leader. He's got 12 coming to 13 laps led.
Braden, you were in SK, right?
10-4.
He's got 13 laps led this time by. He's going to be up in clean air, looking for that first win in the Top City Travel B Series here at Somo. He does have wins in the Cup Series, and he does have wins in the Truck Series, but the B Series has eluded him. I just want to remind everybody, next week will be Chicagoland Speedway for 145 laps here at Somo. 8:20, we will be live with the pre-race countdown, so if you want to tune in for that. Thursday night, this Thursday, the Cup Series is off. The Portside Jaguar Land Rover Cup Series is off. They'll be back next week on BOFA Broadcasting, BOFA, BOFA Broadcasting at 8:45 at Sonoma. That should be a pretty good race. I think I'm going to pull the car out for that one and get out there and embarrass myself on the track.
The Chicagoland race?
Nah, for the Somo next week at Sonoma, yeah.
Yeah, that's a track I don't own yet. I might have to buy it just to race with you guys and just have a little bit of fun.
Yeah, I like it. I know a lot of guys don't like doing the road courses in the Cup cars, but I enjoy that track. It's a challenge. It's one of those tracks. If you can keep the car on the track and keep it alive, you can get yourself a decent finish.
I love road courses, the ones that I can drive. I don't exactly know how I feel about Sonoma yet.
Well, Monday nights, Somo's got that road racing series that they're starting on June 25th. They've been recruiting right now, so that's been a lot of fun. The pace car does go in, and we are back green.
Apollo not getting a great start. Gonzalez, neither line getting a good start. The only driver with a start there was Johnson. It looks like Gonzalez looking for a way around Papala. Papala threw a little bit of a block. Clayton getting blocked by Gonzalez. Baker looking for a way around Gonzalez. We have a huge squabble here for track position in the top 5.
Yeah, you take a look. Adam Baker right now moving into third. Lupa Gonzalez going to take a look down low and say, nope, I want that spot back.
Oh, and Clayton on the high side of Gonzalez. Neff also looking to get around Gonzalez. It looks like he's going to try to follow Clayton. He will stick to the high line.
Wow, these guys are really coming on strong right now towards the end of the race here.
This last stage will not disappoint, as we're seeing. It looks like stage 1 all over again.
And Gonzalez slipping back.
Gainforth getting by Gonzalez. Sharp looking for a way around. Gonzalez really needs to get his rhythm back or he'll be in trouble.
And right now, Baker down on the inside taking second place from Shane Papala. Is going to slide it up. And he will hold on to that spot right now. We'll see. He's going to set his eyes on Braden Johnson. Looks like
Ryan Neff on the inside of Tom Clayton.
Yeah, looked like Clayton kind of slid up a little, opened up that door for Neff to get in.
Open up a little bit. He had to actually lift to get up to keep it off the wall, and that gave Neff a huge run. Great now, Travis Wall and McNeese battling. You might get to Larry Holloway as well going into turn 3. There's almost contact between McNeese and the wall. It's Sharp on the inside of Gonzalez.
Wow, they got battles going on all through the field. I don't even know where to go.
Clayton getting past Neff. Gainforth looking to take position on Brian Neff as well.
And Baker getting ready to make a move here for the lead.
He's going to throw it. Baker's going to throw it down the inside. Johnson's staying to the high side, and we'll see how this inside line's going to work. Johnson's going to get that run, but can he keep to his quarter panel before the straight ends? Yes, he can. He's going to get it back. They're going to be in tight. Baker's going to get the position. We'll see if the high line run will benefit Johnson, and it will. We'll have a yellow flag.
Yellow flag is out. Looks like Ron Hollyfield in the 7. We'll go back and take a look.
We did have a lead change. Like McNeese got a little bit loose and got into Holyfield. Joe Mitchell almost involved in that as well, but Holyfield able to keep it away from other traffic.
Mitchell was really lucky on that one because even when Holyfield's car turned back around, he just missed him.
Net code might have helped him a little bit there. Oh no, he just cleared him.
Yeah, he just cleared him. I mean, that was really close. All right, we'll see if anybody's going to come in. Right now, Adam Baker did get scored your leader. And looks like Baker is going to come down. And looks like the field will follow him down.
And no one near the back trying any funny stuff. We have 38 laps to go. 38 to 39 laps to go. And when we get green again, we're going to have some fresh tires. And we will have enough fuel to make it to the end.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back live. We had to take a quick break. We're here with the TopCityTravel.com, Iowa Speedway at Somo Racing League. Let's take a quick look at the summary here. 104 laps completed, 41 laps to go. We're under caution number 3. 2 of them were stages. Right now, your leader is Shane Papala. And Travis Wall now in second. Let's take a quick look at the top 10. Adam Baker in third. Braden Johnson in 4th, Brian Neff in 5th, David Gainford sitting 6th, Lupa Gonzalez in 7th, Tom Clayton in 8th, Jeff Sharp in 9th, Joe Mitchell in 10th. And, I guess they all did pit. I wonder if 2 tires were a call.
Definitely thinking 2 tires were a call because we were having drivers that were further back in the field mixed in with this this top 10. So I think there was a 2-tire call on a couple crews.
I know last night in the truck series they said that 2 tires worked pretty good.
As long as the tires that aren't getting changed haven't had like 20 laps plus on them, you're going to be fine. But yeah, this is definitely one of the only tracks where 2 tires does work.
Well, we'll see how that does because Adam Baker and Braden Johnson have 4 tires on their car. Travis Wall and Shane Papala, I believe, are a 2-tire stop. Although Adam Baker, though, took 2 tires last night and really took it right out there.
Now we got Wall and Papala, and now the interesting factor is for the lines behind them, how will the damage affect the restart?
But we're going to find out the next time by because the lights are off on the pace car.
Lights are off, double file.
And Papala is going to take the outside, followed by Johnson and Baker, Gainforth and Neff, Gonzalez and Clayton, Sharp and Mitchell. Joe Mitchell up to the top 10 spot.
This is definitely a good feeling for Mitchell after struggling most of this race, getting the wall a few times. So I think he's going to be happy with anything he can get.
Yeah, and I think, too, with the track putting rubber down and, changing a little bit, might be coming to the way his car is feeling.
Yeah, definitely. I've raced this track a couple times. It's definitely one of the harder tracks to drive. When rubber gets put down, there's a lot more grip on the bottom line. Pace car is in. Papala's going to kick it off right away. Brendan Johnson sticking to his rear, and Papala checking up Johnson a little bit. That's going to help Wall get past and then run into turn 1. Wall looking on the lower line. Baker just chucking it into the bottom. We have 1, 2, 3 all within a car.
Yeah, Baker just ran it in really hard trying to get some positions there. Baker up in 3rd, Neff down low. Looking for 4th with Braden Johnson. Looks like Johnson's going to get it. Travis Wall now looking on the inside of Shane Papala.
Papala trying to cut down to stop him from getting the position, but Wall will complete the pass on the bottom line. So the bottom line is starting to come in right now. And you got Baker looking to size up Papala as well, and Johnson looking to get past Baker.
And Baker now looking down low on Shane Papala here.
Baker gets the inside. Johnson sticking to the high line to see if he could cut off Baker's re-entry. But Baker's going to chuck it in beside Papala, and Papala's going to get that high line run. They're going to be close coming down the front stretch, but Baker's going to be out to dry stuck on the low line.
And we've seen Baker down there low earlier and able to make it work. So we'll see if he keeps on working on him, if he's going to do anything. Johnson now to the inside.
Crossover, we're looking 3 wide. No, we will not get it. Johnson almost able to complete the pass on Baker. Baker getting the wall a little bit there, but he's going to be okay. Travis Wall checking out.
Yeah, Travis Wall right now almost 5/10 ahead. That's what he wanted, that fresh air and get away from these guys.
Yeah, it looks like that damage is affecting Papala, but it looks like Wall has got that car dialed in even with the damage. So Baker's got to find a way around Papala quick or he's going to be in a bit of trouble. Maybe 32 laps to go this time. Baker going back to the low line to try to take the position away from Papala. Papala sticking to the high line. That high line run still there.
Yeah, look at that runoff. I mean, you can't beat that.
The only way Baker's going to be able to make that pass out of 3 and 4 is he's going to have to bump him on entry.
And right now, look like Brian Neff and David Gainforth almost made contact. That's going to send Neff back a little bit. That lets Clayton go by. So Tom Clayton now up to 6th.
Clayton might have a chance to get to the inside, and he's going to cross over David Gameforth into turn 1 and 2.
Is he able to clear? Not just yet.
Mitchell looking to get past Neff as well, and he's going to stick with Lupa Gonzalez's draft. Stick to that high line. Like a few drivers looking to get past Neff as he is trapped on the bottom. Holloway as well trying to stick with Mitchell's draft so he can get away from Neff, but Neff is able to get into the high line.
And Shane Papala still in 2nd. Adam Baker only a couple tenths back from him. And in 4th is Braden Johnson. Oh, Papala into the wall.
Almost contact with Baker. Papala put it back into the wall to keep it away. Now, Baker, the deficit between Wall and Baker is almost a second. Baker's got a lot of time to make up.
And you look, Tom Clayton now up to 5th, closing in on Braden Johnson, sitting in 4th.
Like since the start of this stage, since the caution, it looks like Johnson's been struggling. Like right now, Baker's 7/1000ths of a second faster than Wall that time by.
Wow. He is definitely going to close in on him.
26 laps to go. He's got to make up a little bit more than that a lap if he wants to get to him. And Wall's damage might start to set in later in the run.
I'll tell you what, the way Travis Wall's looking right now, I don't really think that's an issue at the moment because he's running a pretty fast time right there.
Sticking with a 23.5, and we're about 10 laps into the run so far.
He ran a 23.461, Baker with a 23.454, so just a little bit faster, but not by much.
No, damage doesn't seem to be affecting Wall early run, but I'm wondering last 5 laps, is it going to hurt him? He's still currently our biggest mover of the race, started 16th, running 1st.
And look at Lupa Gonzalez right now taking a look on the inside of the 101 of David Gainforth. And Braden Johnson side by side with Tom Clayton. Johnson, I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe Clayton was trying to make that move. Johnson staying in 4th. Clayton back to 5th. Lupa Gonzalez.
A little bit of contact between Gainforth and Gonzalez, and Mitchell's going to get caught in as well.
Yeah, Mitchell, what a save by Mitchell. I thought he was going around.
Good save. Mitchell making great strides. He's about to get 6th position, getting in contact there and losing a couple. And now he's got to fight just to keep in the top 10.
And I'll tell you what, I know tempers are starting to flare.
Oh, definitely. I think if these leaders get any closer together, I think there's going to be some beating and banging.
Go back up to Travis Wall. He's got about 8 tenths over 2nd place, Adam Baker. Go back to 3rd place, Shane Papala. 4th place is Braden Johnson. And your top 5 is Tom Clayton in that number 66.
Clayton's been having a really good race so far. He's had some bad races, as we said in the past. I didn't think he was much of a short track guy, but he's really showing what he can do this race.
And right there, 73, Jeff Sharp trying to make a move on 10th place, Larry Holloway in the 70.
And update on the battle between 1st and 2nd. Adam Baker, almost a 10th and a quarter faster than Wall.
There's 21 laps to go. If he can keep it up, he may be at his back bumper pretty soon.
Just got to get within that half-second mark, and then he'll be in the draft. But while he's out of the draft, it's just going to be little gains. Papala still sitting 3rd. Johnson's starting to make up ground on Papala, see if he can take 3rd place.
Yeah, he's going to start grabbing that draft. You can see him pulling away from Clayton just a little bit and closing in on Shane in 3rd. You know, Braden Johnson looking for that first win here in the B Series.
He's been really wanting that win. He's been really close the last couple of weeks, but the last stage keeps eluding him.
Yeah, he was able to win stage 2, so he definitely has a car that can get it done. We'll just see if his tires are going to last a little bit longer than these guys, but he going to have to step it up a little bit once he gets by Papala.
I think if he's got the tires and he passes Papala, he'll be in a lot better of a situation.
Just getting by is really going to hurt because that's going to burn.
Papala's got the line to hold the position, but it looks like Johnson's finally clear. He's going to complete the slide drop, get to the high line of Papala. Papala's going to try to cross over, but he's going to think better of it and keep into the draft.
Yeah, so that's going to move Johnson to third, and we'll see if he's able to close in on Baker now and start hunting down Travis Wall. Try to get that first win here in the B Series.
Like Baker's starting to lose pace to Travis Wall.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he dropped down to 0.9, 1 second now.
I don't know if this is a strategy thing, waiting to see if there's a caution, because we've got a huge pack battling right now for the battle for 12th. We've got 5 cars.
And I doubt it's a fuel issue. Although...
No, I don't think it's a fuel issue unless he didn't take fuel less.
Right. I was going to say, unless he really took a lot less than he expected.
We're going to be looking possibly 3 wide with Talbot looking. He's going to push Hollefeld past for you in high line. Hollefeld slowing up. Glockner getting a good position to check up. McNeese up the bottom. Looking to go from the back of the pack to the forward of that pack with Talbot leading it right now.
And Holyfield going to take that look on the outside with a nice run.
Yeah, this field, no matter where you go, they're all antsy for positions.
And it looks like Talbot, a little bit of contact with the wall, maybe a little bit of contact with the 7.
And McNeese stuck slow on the high line. Talbot with a huge run. McNeese going back to the wall to give Talbot a little bit of space. Talbot dives it into the bottom of 3. McNeese stays up the high line. Talbot gets a little bit of the apron. McNeese getting a run, and he's going to get the high line advantage as well.
He should be able to keep him cleared here, especially with that outside run. Yeah, you see the 3, Talbot had to back off just a little bit or he would have rode right into him.
Yeah. This late in the race, a good door shot's okay, but you don't want to take out your competition.
And look at Joe Mitchell and David Gainforth for 7 and 8th. Gainforth has him on the outside. Joe Mitchell's going to go in behind.
I think I might have figured out what Baker's doing. I think he's waiting for Johnson because I think he's going to use the draft. They got 10 laps.
Try to pull them closer. That's a smart move right there by Baker.
If that's what he's trying to do. I don't know if Baker's off pace or if that's what he wanted.
And right now, Clayton up to 4th. Papala moved back to 5th.
Looks like Johnson looking to the inside of Baker.
I think Johnson says, no, buddy, you ain't going to use my draft. I'm not going to help you. You're going to help me.
Yeah, Baker looking to go three in a row in the B Series, and Johnson looking to take his first win in the B Series. Both have high stakes, but Travis Wall being the key factor to either of them getting the win.
Taking a look back from Adam Baker to the front of the 36 of Braden Johnson. A lot of rubber on the track too, man. I see a lot of marbles bouncing around.
Marbles are really starting to pile up on the high line. You see just how far Baker's sliding up on those marbles before he gets any traction. Johnson on the high line. He's stuck to the high line right beside Baker, and they're going to drag race down the line even.
One of these guys have got to get clear to reel in Travis Wall.
Travis Wall, at this point, if this keeps up, and Travis Wall keeps his position, he doesn't have a engine blow up or anything, he's got the win. Not saving fuel at all or anything, so it looks like It's going to be a battle for second for the rest of this race. We've got 6 laps to go this time by.
Yeah, side by side, man. These guys are not giving in.
Not an inch given by either Johnson or Baker. Both drivers want the win, but it looks like it's going to be a battle for second anyway. Johnson almost gets up into the wall. Baker shoots the needle to try to make up space against Wall.
Travis Wall right now 1.7 seconds ahead.
And that battle did not help.
So it looks like Baker's going to come out the winner of that battle for second. Braden Johnson going to fall back just a little bit. 5 laps to go. Maybe he'll cool off those tires a little bit and try another charge at Baker for second.
Gonna try another charge. He's got to do it quick. Half second separates those two from each other, and not much time left. We're on 4 to go this time by. Wall, your leader. Baker second. Johnson third. Clayton fourth. Papala sitting fifth, and that will round at the top 5.
And they go back to Lupa Gonzalez in 6th. David Gainforth in 7th, being chased down right now by Joe Mitchell in the 18.
As much as Mitchell has struggled this race, the bounds he's leaped to just get back into the top 10 after the last issue he had. Been crazy. He's going to dive down to the inside of Gainforth to try to get 7th away from him. Dives it into turn 1. Gainforth sticking with the high line to keep the advantage. Is it going to help him in at this line? It will.
Yeah, that outside line. I mean, there's just not a whole lot you can do with it.
The high line is too fast.
Brandon Johnson closing in a little bit closer to Adam Baker, but not there yet. 2 laps to go. Travis Wall out front by 1.7. Travis Wall starting 16th. Looks like Travis Wall going to come out of here with the checkers tonight.
We talked about checkers or wreckers. Well, here we go. One more lap to go. White flag is out. Travis Wall still your leader by 1.8 seconds, just about. Baker sitting second. Johnson third. And one more corner for Travis Wall to secure the victory. And your winner, Travis Wall.
Wow, Travis Wall taking home the victory here. Adam Baker second, Braden Johnson third, Tom Clayton fourth, and Shane Papala fifth. That was a great race.
That was amazing.
That was definitely a great race.
Definitely one of the best I've seen off of a track like this, and this track is known for some great racing.
You see a little bit of damage right there on that Piggly Wiggly number 44 Ford Mustang.
A little bit of damage, but didn't stop him from getting the win.
All right, Travis Wall with 37 laps led, started 16th and takes it home. Man, that's just amazing. All right, we'll hang out a second and let these guys get pulled in, and we'll get some interviews going in a minute. I say we'll take a quick little break and then we'll come back.
All right.
Tired of spending several dollars on a cup of coffee each morning? So is Joe. At $3 a cup, or $40 a week, Joe spent more than $2,000 per year. Why? Well, coffee beans are predominantly grown, picked, harvested, and bundled in South America, under the watchful eye of Billy the Coffee Goat. The beans are shipped to the United States blenders and roasters, who supply them to manufacturers, who grind, package, and send them to your local stores and shops. So when Joe buys his overpriced morning cup, he's actually paying the coffee shop, the manufacturer, the roaster and blender, and the farmer in South America who has to feed Billy the Coffee Goat. So Joe decided to join the Dollar Coffee Club, and now he gets a great cup of South American grown coffee for just $1 per cup. That's right, $1. And Joe actually gets more from his cup. His coffee is blended with herbs and botanicals that provide healthy benefits that can help him lose weight and increase his energy and focus. Plus, Joe also gets delicious teas and fruit beverages with benefits like immune support, joint health, and more, all still for just $1 a cup. Now, Joe's happy. He's so happy with the Dollar Coffee Club, he shared it with other people who are also tired of buying expensive coffee and started his very own Dollar Coffee Club. Not only does he enjoy quality coffee every morning, but he's made enough money to fly to South America and adopt Billy, the coffee goat. The Dollar Coffee Club. Perfect for you, perfect for Joe, and perfect for Billy.
All right, we're back here. We're going to try to get a word in with third place. Let me see if I can get to third place here first. Braden Johnson, where's he at? Did I lose him? Do you see him?
Johnson?
Oh, yeah, I see him. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right, Braden Johnson, do you got a copy?
10-4.
All right, man. Well, listen, I know you didn't get the win that you were looking for. You got the second stage. You definitely had a fast car out there. Looked like you might have been struggling a little bit after that last pit stop. You want to walk us through the rest of that race?
Yeah, I ended up the restart. I kind of messed up because I was focused on something else that was happening at the time. But throughout that run, I was kind of like, we just need to single file out and kind of see where everybody was. And then at the end, I'd got by Shane, and then I tried to battle with Adam a little bit, but it's so tough to pass here, and it just allowed Travis Wall to be up there and just run laps and stay cool.
Yeah, we were watching that battle with you and Adam. We knew that was definitely going to hurt you guys as far as losing some time to Travis. It looked like we weren't really sure if Adam Baker was off pace and slowing down to get your draft and help pull you guys up. And when we saw you going by, I said, I don't think he wants Adam Baker. He doesn't want to help Adam Baker. I think he wants Adam Baker to help him and get you pulled back up there. But I'll tell you what, though, man, not a bad run at all. 2 cautions for these stages, 1 caution for a wreck. You started second, and you take home third. You're so close every race, man. It's got to happen soon.
Yeah, and I knew I was going to be cursed to do it because the Xfinity Daytona race, I got a throughput, and I think I was one of the only cars out there without damage at Daytona. And, you know, I knew from right then and there I was going to struggle in this series to get a win for whatever reason.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, man, you did a good job here. You're definitely sitting really good in the points. I think coming in, you were sitting 4th in the points, overall point standing. So not bad. You know, I know it's good to go in with a win to get into the chase, but the way it looks right now, you'll definitely get into the chase, and that's going to reset everything anyway. So, I mean, you know, all the gloves go back on again once that chase starts.
Yeah, it definitely adds a whole new element to it, and I'm pretty excited for when it happens. And it's just, you know, as long as I just keep staying in the top 5, getting good finishes, and when it resets, that's when it's grind time.
Yeah, and you got stage points and bonus points for the stages, so that's definitely going to help you, at least on the first part of the stages. Next week, Chicagoland. What's your thoughts of heading over there?
I like Chicagoland. It's a pretty fun track, so I'm just going to, again, just like tonight, I'm just going to give it my all, go for it. I want to win.
All right, man. Well, listen, before we let you get out of here, first I'm going to give a shout-out to your uncle and your girl. I know they watch and they tune in, so I want to just say hi to them. But before we let you get out of here, anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Yeah, Dollar Coffee Club for putting this on, Coffee Glitter Mom, Top City Travel, Somo Racing League, SR Broadcasting, and the Golden Knights. Even though they didn't win it all, they definitely helped lift up our hometown. So give a shout out to them too.
Nice. All right, man. Well, I know it wasn't the win you were looking for, but a third place finish, man, definitely not shabby. You're sitting good in the points, and we'll see what you got next week at Chicagoland. It's got to happen, and we'll be there when it does.
Awesome. Take care, guys. Thank you.
All right. All right, that was Braden Johnson, a driver of the number 36. Started second here tonight, finishes third, had himself a really good run going on. We're going to get a word in now with Adam Baker, our second place driver.
Adam Baker, this is SR Broadcasting booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
They had a close call in that first stage. Did really well in the second stage, and you ended up finishing second. The stage. What was your strategy going into the last stage? In the last pit stop, did you do anything special, or did you just take the full gear?
Yeah, I went with 4 tires and fuel, and I think it was maybe a mistake. I maybe could have done something with the 2 tires, but I was just struggling really bad at the end of the runs and was losing time to people. So I think no matter what I would have done, it would have been it would have been me fading at the end. So I gave it my best shot, and yeah, there were a couple close calls there in stage 1, and I talked to Tom about it already, and I didn't even realize he was down there. I was trying to make a move to beat Shane back to the line because he had kind of stolen that one from me, and I was just trying to get some points, and ended up getting no points probably the way it's going to work out. So, but yeah, just happy to be able to come back and salvage a top 2.
Yeah, late run the cars looked like they were getting a little bit tight. Is that what you guys were dealing with? A really tight car, or was it generally balanced?
Yeah, the right front was burning up pretty quickly. I think at the end of the first stage, I was at about 70% on that right front tire. All the other tires were like pretty close to 90 or above. So, not the ideal setup for me at this track. I really like a loose setup, and I was trying to get it loose by dropping the brake bias, but you can only do so much, and later in the run it just got really, really tight. So it was fun. You could race side by side. It was just hard to pull off a pass.
Yeah, we saw at the end of the first stage you went from the lead, and then you had a little bit of contact, and then ended up getting to your teammate. Going into the last lap, did you think you had a good chance at the stage? Did you think Papala was going to be able to get right to your quarter on the final stretch?
I didn't expect him to dive it in so hard going into turn 3, and it kind of took me by surprise, and I got extremely tight because I think I dove it in a little too hard. Yeah, I tried getting back in the throttle a little too early, and it was nosing up towards the wall, and I had to back out, and that gave him a bit of an advantage. And then when I started cutting back down, I guess Tom had gotten a great run, and unfortunately we kind of met in the same spot, and the spotter didn't call it out till the very last second, and luckily we were able to recover. I think he ended up 4th, so that's a great run for him. He was really fast on the long run. He beat me in stage 2, and he had a great car tonight.
Before we let you go, is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys up in the booth there at SR Broadcasting. I'd also like to thank Dollar Coffee Club for sponsoring the race, as well as Top City Travel for sponsoring the series. I'd like to thank my teammates at MB Motorsports, all the admins here, and the drivers for putting on great races, and then all the fans that came out and watched.
Alrighty, well, you have yourself a great night. Had a good run, and now enjoy your night.
All right, thank you.
All right, that was Adam Baker, driver of the number 48 Hot Wheels. We're going to get a word in now with our winner, Mr. Travis Wall. Travis Wall, do you got a copy?
Oh, yes, sir, I do.
Well, dude, you were a man on a mission, starting 16th and taking home the checkers. You've had some ups and downs through the race. Man, tell us how it was, because it was exciting up here.
No, I mean, I did really well last night in the trucks, and I'm not here for points, so I just started shotgunning the field. I mean, I put it down like a 57-second lap or something like that. If anybody's curious, that's 4th gear at 60 mile an hour up on the outside. But other than that, no, it was fun. Like this place, you have to really think about a pass. You have to really set somebody up. It's like a real fun chess game going 150 mile an hour. But no, it was, you had to be patient. You had to be methodical. You had to go through and set somebody up. You had to make sure you cleared. You had to be courteous, but you still had to be right up on their door. I mean, you couldn't couldn't give too much room, definitely through 3 and 4, or else they'd get the run outside, and you couldn't do nothing on the bottom down there. And then 1 and 2, you had to really get in deep, but you had to be really confident in your car that was going to stick and turn.
Yeah, we were really surprised to see you able to pull it out there on that last restart and get out in the front there and actually start pulling away. We've seen a lot of guys look like they were starting to struggle there towards the end. When you came in for that last stop, did you grab 2 or did you grab 4?
Well, to kind of go back a little bit on that one, at the end of the last stage, I decided to pit and get my damage fixed. So I had like 35 or 40 seconds worth of damage that I had fixed, and since we had a quick caution there with only 10 laps, it definitely set me up for taking just 2 tires. So I only took 2 in the last one.
I'll tell you what, 2 tires. I know 2 tires did good in the trucks last night for some guys, and we weren't really sure. But I said I think they might have done a 2-tire stop. But dude, you pulled away. You had a nice gap in front of those guys battling it out for second. You come out of here with 37 laps led, and you started 16th, man. So way to get her done, man. Next week, Chicagoland. If you're out, how you feel about going to Chicagoland?
If they have the same setup as they had last year with the truck, I don't know if the trucks are running Chicagoland next week too, but that was an extremely loose setup, and it was really fun to drive after about 5 laps. You just run it wide open, and then you were just hanging on for dear life like it was a big dirt track, but it was a 1.5 mile one. So it was a really fun race to watch or run. And then I went back and watched it. It was a blast to watch too. So hopefully it'll be the same setup and be a good broadcast to watch.
All right, good, man. Well, listen, congratulations again on the win. Starting way back 16th, purposely starting at the back of the field, coming through, getting 37 laps led, and taking the win, man. Before we let you get out of here and go celebrate, anybody you want to shout out to?
No, I got to definitely thank Somo, you, for putting on a great broadcast. Dollar Coffee Club for sponsoring this series here, and then Piggly Wiggly for showing up with my car every week. Mellow Yellow's on the car a little bit there for contingency, and yeah, can't wait for some racing next week.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting race, and we'll be looking to see what you got, man. You've been setting the world on fire over here, and it shows, man. 37 laps led in the win. Congratulations, man. Go celebrate.
All righty, thank you, sir.
All right, that was Travis Wall, the winner here tonight in the number 44 Piggly Wiggly Ford Mustang, man. Had himself a good run here too, dude.
He had a really good run. I didn't exactly 16th, and then coming out with the win, I definitely figured he'd be in the top 5. But I did not think he'd have enough to get the win, even especially after that spin he took.
Yeah, it was just amazing to see. And then you heard him on 2 tires, and I know 2 tires last night really helped. So I really wasn't sure if he took 2 or not, but it definitely showed tonight. They couldn't catch him. All right, man. Pretty good race. We only had 3 cautions. 2 of them were for stages. We just want to remind everybody that tomorrow night, Somo Racing League is off. There won't be a broadcast on Bofa Broadcasting, but they'll be back next Thursday at Sonoma at 8:45 on Bofa Broadcasting. And next week, right here on SR Broadcasting, we'll be live again at 8:20 p.m. East for the pre-race countdown at Chicagoland. And we'll see these guys battle it out again one more time and see where these guys end up. We'll go over some points. We'll try to talk to some other drivers that we haven't talked to recently and see where everybody's mindset's at as we get a little bit closer to the stages. I mean, the chases. I got stages on my mind, must be. But let's take a quick look at the summary. We had 145 laps, 8 lead changes. That was a pretty good race. A lot of hard battling all through the field. I thought it was pretty good. It's good to have you back out here again tonight, Curtis. Glad you're able to get off and get out here with me, man.
It's good to be back. The Wednesday races seems to be ones I can make with my work giving me that day off. It's definitely great to be here whenever I can throughout the week.
And hopefully we see Nathaniel back out here again. I hope everything's good with him and we get to hear his voice out here. It was kind of cool having the 3 of us in the booth. All right, we're going to run over the results. Sorry, buddy. We're going to run over the results, and then we're going to pack it up and get out of here. We hope you enjoyed the broadcast. Hope you enjoyed the race. Taking home first is Travis Wall with 37 laps led, who started 16th here tonight. Adam Baker will take home second. Braden Johnson, still in search of that first win, will finish third. Tom Clayton with a great run here tonight will finish fourth. Shane Papala, who started on the pole, will take home fifth. Shane Papala's got 5 wins in this series. Lupa Gonzalez will finish sixth. David Gameforth with a good run here tonight will finish seventh. Joe Mitchell, who struggled, we've seen him have some ups and downs during the race. He manages to pull a top 8 here tonight, so good comeback for him. Brian Neff finishes 9th. Jeff Sharp will finish 10th. You want the rest, Kurt?
My racing closed.
All right. 11th will be Stephen Bird. A good run for Stephen Bird. Hasn't been out in about a year, so Stephen Bird getting a little bit comfortable, pulling 11th place. Larry Holloway will finish 12th. Len McNeese takes home 13th. Matthew Talbert will take home 14th. Ron Hollyfield finishes 15th. Jeff Glockner with 16th. Jay Dubuque will take 17th. Jay Felton with a fall through is scored 18th. Paul Buscohen scored 19th. Byron Rodney scored 20th. And that is your race here tonight. You were watching the TopCityTravel.com Iowa Speedway at Selma Racing League. We appreciate you tuning in. And until next week, be safe, everybody, and we'll see you at Chicagoland 820. Have a good night there, Curtis.
You as well. Later, guys.